So in the first two legs of our journey down the east coast of South Africa, we'd survived the Transkei coast and some massive thunderstorms and some monstrous seas. We'd laid over in East London, where we'd been forced to lay over for 2 days. We then made our way down to St. Francis Bay, where we'd got caught in the next storm and had to lay over for a further 3 days.
Early morning, leaving St. Francis Bay. The winds died off a bit. First light, 6 a.m. All the squid boats all been sheltering in the bay for this weather we've had the last 2 days. Yeah, I've gotten a couple of fishing rigs together. We're going to go and stop at a gas well. It's a massive pipe that sticks out the water like 28 meters. Some really good yellowtail there. We found the place on the way down with Lyra and Noah 3 years ago almost. And yeah, we're going to stop there and hopefully get a bit of fresh fish and some ceviche just to break the trip up, but that'll be tomorrow morning.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that Vince got to see the area but didn't get a chance to see the incredible surf that this area has to offer. Yeah, both Bruce's and J-Bay was completely flat, so he'll just have to make another trip back to South Africa to come and check out this incredible surfing area, an amazing surf that there is here.
Don't know how much of this you'll see, but that's Cape St. Francis Lighthouse. That's Shark Point behind us. 2 squid boats in the bay here. A couple down the point. Going past the 49 reef, you've got to take a wide berth here. You definitely don't take a shortcut around this point. You're likely to get shipwrecked here. Anyway, sun's about to come up. Beautiful morning. The winds come sort of cross off, which has flattened the sea because it was absolutely white around here yesterday. I brought Vince to come and have a look at the sea here. It was unplayable. So yeah, the shelter worked out well, and it's looking good for Cape Town. Motor sailing, the winds out of like 30 degrees. It's not helping too much, but yeah, stabilize the boat.
So I've obviously recovered from the the last couple of months on Lyra where we didn't have fun, and I've got a rig out. I've put a marlin lure out on 50-pound tackle. We're going to stop over for the Yellowtail, and I've just spoken to Steve Potter from Cape Town Fishing Charters. The guys have done really well on the yellowfin out in the canyon off Cape Town, off Cape Point, in the last couple of days. But he's given me the numbers of where they caught the fish day before yesterday and the day before that. So yeah, if the weather's cool, I might just take Vince past the outside, and maybe we can do a yellowtail and a yellowfin, which would be awesome, on the way to the V&A in Cape Town. Obviously all weather dependent, and it's just a plan until it comes together. But yeah, I've got the tackle sorted out yesterday. When I got a whole lot of gear, so that he's got a starter pack to get going. And yeah, wouldn't it be nice if we could string a few fish together before we go to Cape Town? That would be awesome. So we're gonna give it a go if we get a chance. This place is always so difficult with the weather, so yeah, we'll just have to play it by ear and maybe we get lucky. So that's us coming out of Cape St. Francis. That's the wellhead. That's Cape Agulhas, and that's Cape Point up there. I see my finger in the way a bit. That's Cape Agulhas, the southernmost tip of Africa, Straits by Cape Agulhas. And that's Cape Point over there, and those are the marks. Maybe I'll just zoom it in to show you the canyon. There we go. That's the canyon. That's where the guys got some fish on the inside of the canyon, but the commercial guys were on the outside. So yeah, we're gonna do a little detour. It's probably about a 20-mile detour if we do it. So Josh, this chef over here is actually on the ball.
Hey.
He can't stand up on his 2 feet because he hasn't got his sea legs yet, but he can make a bloody platter. Come tuck in, Neil.
Oh, that feels meat, boss.
roundabout of Plettenberg Bay and headed to the gas pipe off Muscle Bay. Sea settled down nicely. Sun's headed for the horizon again. All the crew are bored stiff.
But having a good time.
Having a good time.
Not complaining.
Eating cheese on platters, cool drinks. Yeah. Working on an extra kilo around the midriff.
Getting spoiled.
Sun setting. Lots of traffic tonight. Yeah, first morning after leaving St. Francis. Super cold last night. Man, freaking freezing. Double track suits, double everything on. Absolutely frozen early this morning. Big red tide in the area. The easter wind dropped off. Supposed to come around into the southeast today. And you can just see that beacon up front. There's old Josh enjoying the ride. Just prepped a cooler box to put the stuff in. But yeah, hopefully there are a couple of fish around. We're about to find out.
The previous time we'd been here, this place was absolutely alive with yellowtail.
I'm surprised we haven't had somebody come up already. Okay, you can just go into reverse a bit.
Yeah, after a lot of throwing, I eventually got one hooked up, but they were super shy.
You!
Hey, look at
Look
at the shoal with him there.
You!
I've lost the bloody. Now I've lost the bloody. Now I've lost that other. The whole rig. I've got to redo the rig.
Use the Yellowtail. Look at that. Oh yeah. Sashimi, here we come.
Hang on. Come on, babe.
Hold him down.
Okay. All right.
Okay, we don't want to lose this thing. I've got the camera.
Here, give me the camera.
Boys all taking a turn here. Frickin' seal, I think, is causing hassle. He's got a big one here with him. I think he's been chasing this fish down. So sounded around the well, and there's only a little bit on the bottom. There's nothing showing on top, so I don't know. Unlucky. Yeah, so this is what happens on the tapas, and that's why it's called tapas. This is Vince's favorite way of eating. But this chef's not just a pretty face. He can do some shit. You must check this out. A delicate touch here. This is how it's been going the whole trip. So tell me, where did you learn this delicate procedure?
South Africa.
Got his first yellowtail this morning in South Africa.
I have never in my life made sushi.
Well, freaking doesn't look too bad. Check this delicate presentation. Looks freaking amazing. Little platters. We've had platters of all sorts. It's been really cool. What do you say?
We are getting spoiled rotten.
Spoiled rotten, and you got a whole crossing to do, eh? Shit. You better come back with a couple of lessons, eh? Well learned, eh? Yeah, definitely.
He'll come back with some lessons learned. Trust me.
Super cool. Super dainty presentation.
So we've got a little
and of course, we haven't got sake, so we're going to be
Herradura Anejo.
Herradura. So Vince hasn't got all the tools. We haven't got a mat to roll with, but we've done a makeshift. Looks freaking good.
Yeah, I mean,
Looks damn shit hot.
Here we go.
What's
Yeah,
your
I'm sitting down.
That is so good. Yeah, beautiful day. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We coming up to Strace, between Mossel Bay and Strace Bay. Those are the Alphard banks there. We headed for there. We're going to get there at probably about 5 this afternoon, just after. And we're going to look for a little tail. We've got a little marlin lure out the back. If there's a little stripey hanging around or some tail, we caught 2, so we're not really in need of fish. But yeah, and then maybe tomorrow have a look for a tuna. I just don't know. It looks like we're running a bit behind schedule, so we may not be able to do that. Still got a fair distance to go. Those are the marks where the guys got the tuna the other day. I don't know if it'll be worth doing that detour. We'll just have to look, see what the timing is like. Well, 2:30 and fun. We've got a bit of wind. Still jib sailing or Genoa sailing, giving us an extra knot or 2. Beautiful day. Lunch went down super well. So we headed towards the evening. And maybe we'll be able to get the main up a bit later. I'm just waiting for some more wind if it comes. Now we finally got a sailing. We've got true wind of 14 to 16. We've got 12 apparent. We're doing 5.7. 5.7.
8,
5.8.
9, 8, 9.
Basically 6 knots at 14 knots. True. And over the Alphard banks. The first time we've actually had a chance to sail her. Doing about 6-7 knots. Touching the shrouds. I'm going to have to bring that main back a little bit. That traveller out and bring the main back. It's the first time, just doing some fine tuning now. Stopping lips loose. Going into the night, wind was blowing 18, 20, now it's just dropped off, so I'm struggling. Danger point, 6 AM, long night, freaking chilly. That's Cape Point up there, so we just come past danger point, so almost there. We've got another sort of 15 hours to go. It's been really cold in the evenings. So far so good though. Looking forward to a bit of sleep. Been up since basically 1 this morning, so yeah, time to go and crawl into the sack and have a couple of Zeds. Ooh, nice shower. cleanup. Fresh, nice day. We're off False Bay. That's False Bay. That's the beginning of False Bay there, stretching out there. That's Cape Point up ahead of us there. Amazing place to go. It's an amazing place to go around on a ski boat and look up. It's such a majestic point with a lighthouse up on this really steep headland that sticks out. It's really jagged, and there's this lighthouse perched on the top. It's just actually amazing to go past and look up at it. Been past that 100 times while when we've been fishing tuna tournaments here. Haven't done that for a while. It's been a super difficult trip as far as sailing is concerned. It's been just motoring day after day, which is painful and expensive. Yeah, with a little bit of sailing that we've done with her, yeah, she's not fast. She's a heavy boat. She's designed for charter, so she's got all the bells and whistles. It's really pretty inside. Yeah, she's got max amount of fridges, ice makers, water makers, dive compressors, you name it. It's got everything. But yeah, you pay a price for that in weight, and she's definitely nothing like the performance catamaran like Lara Noah that I was on. She's probably max out at about probably 8.5, probably 9 max, I'd imagine, and under ideal sailing conditions. So yeah, it's a give and take when you go for something like this. You got to give up something to get something else. So it's a bit you get used to as well. Your ETAs makes a massive difference to your ETAs. You know, at 6 knots or 5.5, you probably average on about 5.8 on motor, 6, you know, as opposed to 8 or 10 if you're sailing like on Lyra. I mean, if you're going up to 12, I mean, it's crazy the difference it makes in time taken to get to your ETAs. So yeah, that takes a bit of getting used to. But yeah, she's super comfortable, super comfortable. Yeah, so that's False Bay. We're just in the entrance of False Bay. False Bay, Simonstown. We've got to go all the way around there to Cape Town on the outside. Over there. So yeah, almost there. We've got guys arriving tomorrow to do work on the boat to sort a few things out. So I've got to be in by tonight, and yeah, that's what we got to do. We just got a motor to get there. Looks like we're going to get there, get to the V&A sort of probably 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock tonight. So that's another 1,000 miles odd, just under, added to the mileage clock on sailboats. Yeah, people who haven't done a passage down this South African east coast are in for a massive surprise. This area is notoriously one of the worst areas to sail. The weather windows between fronts and systems don't last long. They're generally sort of 2 to 3 days, and it's super difficult to make it down from Durban to East London and East London to PE, and then this bottom leg is normally not as bad, but as you go into the winter it gets seriously difficult to make it down because the fronts are basically coming at you. The same applies from Durban to East London, because that coast is incredibly rough because of the Agulhas current, or the Mozambique current that comes down from between Madagascar and Mozambique, and your wind intercurrent there produces some of the biggest rogue swells or basic standing waves due to the current, and you can go from totally flat calm right over the current edge into 8-meter swells breaking, table topping. So yeah, it's not a coastline to trifle with, and many people have come unstuck on this coastline. So yeah, it's not for every Joe just to go out and attempt it. You need to know the weather, know the conditions. It's got such a varied sea state around these points, and the difference between being in the current on the outside and on the inside with the current, depending on which direction you go. So yeah, you need to know this coastline before attempting it, or make damn sure that you choose incredibly good weather windows, and that the weather windows are long enough, and you know your speed of your boat so that you can make the landfalls, because
there just aren't any safe harbors, and if you get caught out in between them, you've basically got no choice but to turn around and to go back. You know, in the case of the easterlies in Durban, turning around and going back isn't an option, so you're just gonna have to suck up whatever comes at you with those big easterlies, and the sea gets absolutely on its head. So yeah, it's definitely a coastline you have to do some serious pre-planning on your weather windows, otherwise you're definitely going to come unstuck. And know your craft, know your speed, make sure you get there before all hell breaks loose. Anyway, enough of that waffling. Yeah, it's really crazy. You know, Kerry and I have been together on Lyra for 2 years, and you know, basically every day. And I haven't seen her for a month because she went down to Cape Town to help my daughter with a move in her flat, and I had to go up to Durban to bring the boat down, and she came back the day I left to go up to Durban. So man, it's been crazy. I've been missing her so much. It's amazing how attached you become to each other, and really looking forward to seeing her again. Missing my babe. She's a big part of my life, and yeah, can't wait to get home. It's crazy how attached we become to each other through all this nonsense that we've been through, and the good times for sure. I hope one day we can do it again and finish that unfinished business of doing a circumnavigation together. Let's hope it happens. Always relaxing, yeah? Nice day. It's about to change though. Check this mist starting to roll in, yeah? So we're gonna lose Viz now. Just heard the weather forecast. It's behind us. This front's actually missing us because we're a little bit north here. It's heading the Plate coast up to St. Francis. They've got 30 knots of southwesterly this afternoon. So yeah, we just got through the gap and around the corner, and it's gonna go through behind us, which is great stuff. I didn't want to be caught coming out of St. Francis in that. Anyway, we've got to go around the corner here in the mist now, unfortunately, and then into the V&A. That should be sometime tonight. So join us next week as we get this Royal Cape Catamaran tied up in the V&A, sort out all the little hiccups so that I can get my ass back home and continue our journey with the next balanced catamaran to come out of the Nexus factory. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks a lot for watching. Ciao for now.